All right, guys, let's start. Go ahead and come on top of your props. Maybe it's your blankets, your blocks, or maybe it's just your mat, but cross your legs at your mid shins, and you can do this one leg at a time, and then check to see that you're crossed at your mid shin bones and that your shin bones line up with the top of your mat. You can take your hands, heel of your hands, to right above your kneecaps and tuck in. Let your feet move out towards your outer mat or towards the outer edges of your mat. Lean over one side to the other. Really draw your foot down and move the lower buttock flesh. You'll also draw back. You want to feel as if the sits bones have moved away from one another, and then also move your torso. If your torso's here, as you rotate your inner thighs down, move your torso forward, right over your upper leg. And you'll feel your upper legs, you'll feel your outer hips kind of compact. And the direction of your outer hips, the hip bones, is down, straight down into your blankets. Bring your fingertips outside of your hips. Keep your elbows bent, press and lift your side body. Take your arm bones here, guys, and careful that they're not rolling in, but that they're extended out east and west. The shoulder blades can move away from the spine. Also, remember that there's an energetic lifting of the center of the palm of your hand. So as your fingertips are down, you energetically pull the center palm up. You'll feel that come all the way up the inner arm into the armpits. Think of this, hollow the armpits. The armpits should become hollow. That's it. Make it great. Keep this, bring your hands together at your heart center. We want to bring our thumbs low so it's towards the base of your breastbone. Tuck your elbows in and then extend the backs of your arms down into the tips of your elbows. Close your eyes. Begin your Ujjayi breathing. And Mr. Iyengar asks us to find activity as well as passivity in asana. So there are places here that you're passive. So as you stretch the spine up, bring the sacrum down, bring the tailbone down, bring your abdominal wall back. I'll chant Om, join in, or you're welcome to just listen. Om. Exhale your breath. Bring your chin to the groove of your neck. Keep your breastbone lifted towards your chin. Keep your arms extended out, your arm bones extended out to your sides. Bring your hands to your tops of your legs. Center your head. And as you exhale the breath, slowly open the eyes and release your hands. Very good, guys. Let's go ahead and let's come to the top edge of our blankets, as we usually do. I'm going to bring one block right outside of my right leg, take the opposite block and the other block in my hand, left hand. I'm going to shift forward. When I do that, guys, I want to move the navel up away from the pubic bone, push this block out with my left hand, keep it straight out in front of me. Once I get it out here, about halfway out, I'll slide the block over to the right, really focusing on keeping my left side exactly where it is. So as you move your block here over to your right, you want to keep your left front rib cage lined up over your leg. So in other words, don't let your left sit bone come up, but keep moving out to the right, but with extension. Good. Move the navel up, guys. And when you have your hand on your block, push down and push your weight over to your left. Draw your weight over to your left. You can even draw your outer left leg down. And then grip your block and come back forward. Let me show, guys. Fingertips on, let me show first. So up. When you come here, notice that the navel and the breastbone are lined up here. Once I move the block over, I don't want to shift. I don't want to do this. Do you see? So I want to keep the length in the spine, Move the arm over, bring the fingers together, walk the arm out, and then move the shoulder blade and the back rib cage in here. So don't go quickly, go rather slowly so that you can keep your focus that your front rib cage is still lined up, right? So that you can keep that focus of your front rib cage still lined up. So I don't know if we uncrossed and recrossed, but if we didn't do that, and then always adjust the buttock flesh. It's the lower buttock flesh, and it draws out like this. Do you see? And then that outer leg or hamstring muscle pulls back towards your bottom. Lift your belly button, take the block in your right hand, block outside of your left leg, fingertips down. Do that energetic lifting of the palm, right palm of your hand. Push your block out in front of you. Take it out as far as you can. Once you get it here, notice where your outer right hip is and where your front rib cage is, and then slide your block over to the opposite edge. Good, 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 great. With your left fingertips, push your weight over. Move your weight over, and then move your navel up and away from your pubic bone. Breastbone moves towards the chin. Use weight here. Great, great, great. And then grip over your block and bring it back towards you. Perfect. And then let's stretch our legs out. We've uncrossed, yep. And then again, rotate the buttock flesh. And what you'll notice, guys, and you can always think about, well, we may do it, but for now, move the lower buttock flesh and move the hamstring muscle back. And then really draw the foot down. Do a dorsiflex of your feet, meaning see if you can stretch your 10 toes back towards your kneecaps. And then move your sacrum in. That's the lower part of your spine here. Move in and up. Bring the heel bones down. Take the arms out. Stretch the arms up. You may need a strap you can hold in the hands, but lift your side ribs. Come forward. Keep that extension in your spine. Grab your feet. Inhale, lift up to open up the spine more. Move your navel up, your leg bones down. Leg bones down. Exhale, bend the elbows out. Draw the base of your big toe joint together, and then press out through your inner feet here to stretch your legs. So think about this work as stretching the backs of your legs. Stretching the backs of your legs. See if you can get more length if you bring your spine into your body. Good. Can you bring your breastbone up towards your chin? Great. And then inhale, stretch up, and exhale, release. Very good, guys. You can come away from your blocks, and hopefully you have a wall. If you don't, just pretend that you do. But everybody, and you can also use a blanket, but go ahead and lift your bottom and bring your sacrum to your wall. And then spread your shoulder blades out and pull your belly button back towards the wall. You can bring your hands to your blankets outside of your hips, or you can use your fingertips, maybe the AC time. Good. Really move over side to side. Take your hand to the lower buttock flesh and rotate out, but then draw back until the bones touch the wall. Now draw the shoulder blades back or out. Bring the backs of your arms to the wall. Push into your mat and lift your spine. Keep your belly button moving back towards your spine. So do we get the length here? Do you see that you want to be tall? So again, try to get your heels to draw all the way back towards the wall. Inhale, take your arms up over your head, bring your thumbs to the wall. Good. Stretch up, really open up your arms. Now see if your index finger will touch the ceiling. Your index finger touches the ceiling. Good. Exhale the breath, see if you can pull the palms together to touch. Urdhva Namaskar. Draw the backs of your arms in, maybe squeeze your ears. Now bring your leg bones down and then exhale, release. I just added that last part for no reason, but you see where you get the length. Grab a strap if you need one. We're going to come forward. Again, if you need blankets, have blankets, and we're going to come forward rather slowly. So again, adjust. And what I want you to do is try to take the sitting bones, rotate the lower flesh out, and then see if you can drag the sitting bones up the wall, up towards the lower part of the back. And then if you guys have the strength, you can lift your bottom and press it back to the wall, your sacrum. Dorsiflex your feet. Dorsiflex your feet. Draw your 10 toes back. Now come forward very slowly, drawing your upper leg bones down. Keep your outer hips to the wall and keep your sacrum to the wall. You get about halfway. Scooch back to the wall. Use your hands. Scooch back. Keep your sacrum, your tailbone pressing into the wall. Come a little bit further forward. Don't leave the wall with your back body. Reach down, grab your feet, or wrap your strap around your feet. But don't let your back body, your buttock, leave the wall. Again, kind of shimmy side to side and scooch back a little bit deeper until you can feel the wall with the bones in the backside. Good. Good. Keep pulling the bones in and really dorsiflexing the feet. You can think about those heel bones are stretching back into the wall, but also down. Now use this resistance to lift your spine, bend your elbows out to the sides. Good. And keep folding forward. Good. Keep coming forward. Spread the belly button. Spread the front of the chest. Widen the elbows out. They can go out and up. Now press the bottom back towards the wall, but then up over the wall towards the low back. Great. And inhale up. Perfect. And exhale, release. Put your straps to the side. And I think this should work. You kind of come a little bit forward. And we'll bring a block kind of right between the shoulder blades. Oh, now that feels good. Now, what we don't want to do here, and I've got it long way sticking out from the wall between the shoulder blades. What you can't do is keep your bottom to the wall. So you move your bottom a little bit away from the wall. And then what we don't want is this. Do you see how my hips are going in this direction? Use your hands, lift up and drag your hips back. Oh, that feels so good. And then spread the collarbone. Bring the tops of your shoulders down. Dorsiflex your feet. Take your arms out, palms up. Bring your arms up. Reach up. Now see if you can bring the arms in. Bring the palms together. Maybe hook the thumbs. Stretch up and back. Up and back. See if you can take the thumbs back. See if the thumbs will reach the wall. Again, see if the thumbs will reach the wall. Now, energetically draw the buttock back and then exhale, release. This would be leading with your chest, right? If you were to come forward. You see how your breastbone is stretched up towards your chin? Okay. Go ahead and I think we can release. Good. Let's come forward. Keep that block. One more pashi. Bring it behind you to your sacrum. Press in. Elbows behind you, bend the elbows, take the sacrum to the block. So make sure you're using the block to your backside. And then floint, so press out through the base of your big toe joint. Can you guys push enough to lift your bottom up? Lift your bottom up. Push down with your hands, elbows are bent, lift your bottom, good. And then bring your bottom down. You see the stretching of your side body when your bottom comes up. Do it one more time. Your hands are behind you. On your block. Good. And then lift. You don't have to come all the way up. Just lift the bottom and leave the legs low. That's it, Esther. And then exhale to release. Very, very, very good. So we got that action of moving forward. Pretend that you've got the block between the shoulder blades and you've got the block back at the back of your sacrum again. Shift over, move the buttock flesh, block in the hand, take it up. Stretch up, come forward, bring the block to the feet, evenly to the feet. Grab the block low, inhale, lift the chest, and exhale, fold. You can also bend your knees to get your heels to touch your blocks. Now remember, pretend you're still at the wall. Now go to the block between the shoulder blades and recreate that. That's it, Esther. Go to between the block between the shoulder blades, remember, and see if you can recreate that action. Bend just a little bit. There you go. See if you can recreate that action here of your spine coming in and up. And then exhale, fold. Get that action of your spine coming in. Remember the block between the shoulder blades. So concave the back. And then inhale up, exhale, release. Perfect. All right, guys, we'll forget the rest of that crazy forward folding stuff. So go ahead and come over onto your mat. And we'll do child's pose. And let's take one blanket for the forehead. Let's see, maybe we'll go, yeah, instead of the forehead, bring one folded blanket, separate the knees, sit on the heels, make sure the outer heels are tucked in. And you can use 2 blankets if you need to, but I've got the blanket pulled in really close to me, and I'm gonna lift up and come forward. And when I come forward, I'm gonna try to bring the front of my body, chest and the belly to the blanket. And then I'll spread the arms out, bring the chin down, the forehead down. So if you can't reach one blanket, maybe use 2. But I'm trying to come up and over and let my abdominals and my chest really rest on that blanket. Oh, so good. And then walk the arms out, tuck the chin. Yeah, let's do that. So the blanket is for the abdominal. So again, if you maybe if you can't reach just one, bring 2 blankets there. Yeah, walk the arms out. And then once you get your arms out here, see if you can stretch your side body and then let your abdominal rest against the blanket. And kind of press it in that direction some. Well, really it's your chest that's pressing here. Let's bring it back a little bit, Megan, this way. Yeah, when you come down, your forehead will be there. Good. The chin tucks towards the groove of your neck, so you have a lot of space still at the back of your neck. But bring your breastbone down onto your blanket, and then relax your belly. Good. You can use the hands to kind of push your weight back into your hips. That's great. That's wonderful, guys. And then release and come up. When you come up, guys, just move your blankets a little bit away from you. And I'm gonna sit on my right hip, kind of right outside of that blanket. My right hip bone is to the blanket. My knees are together. I'm gonna put both of my hands on my mat, kind of outside of my 2 blankets. I'll lift up, draw the outer right hip down, and I'm gonna twist to turn the chest and the abdominals to this blanket. And once I get here, you can turn your head to whichever side you want, and you can also do whatever you want with your arms. But here, I'm rotating that left back rib cage down. That gaze or the head can turn whatever direction you want, but sit with your right hip on the mat with your knees bent and your knees are together. Put your hands on your mat, turn your breastbone, your torso towards the mat, lift, draw your right hip down so your hips are stacked, and then begin to twist until you can get your chest, your front body, your front rib cage, and your breastbone on your blanket. Good. Gaze can go whatever direction that you would like, but remember this is a twist. Right? This is a twist. So keep rotating that left back rib cage down towards your mat and towards your blanket. Good. You can use your hands however you want. And yeah, Avery, you can turn your head however you want to. Head can go in any direction. There you go. And just every now and then use the hands. That's it. There you go. There I go again, hitting you. Sorry, Avery. You're just so good. I can't help it. And then go ahead and come up. You can push down with your hands and bring yourselves up. and switch. So I'm just going to roll over onto that left hip. But guys, what we're not trying to do is this. So this hip still goes down, and that blanket is almost at your hip points. See if you can really get your knees bent and then twist. So you're twisting, you're moving that left side rib back, right back rib cage down. You're getting whatever direction you want, and your arms can relax or they can stay here, kind of helping you twist. So think of lifting your outer left rib cage up towards the ceiling and rotating your right back rib cage down. Ah, good, 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 good. So your chest is against your props. Your head is relaxed, your gaze is, maybe your eyes are closed, but you're still doing this twisting and you're using your hips as stabilizers. So they're stabilizing so that you're able to twist the spine. And then push down into your mat and come up. And I'm gonna see if I can keep those two blankets and do just the center or movement forward in Adho Mukha. The forehead this time is at the blankets. Stretch the arms out. Now see if you can bring the chest towards the mat. Spread your armpits. So your armpits do spread in all four directions. Think of bringing your shoulder blades down. Your shoulder blades come towards your yoga mat and out. Keep drawing your upper legs to your heels and your shin bones. Relax the elbows for a moment. Just let them bend and rest. Relax your forehead. Let your forehead be heavy against your blanket, and let the back of your neck relax. So don't try to hold your head up, even though that is something we should always do, hold our head up high. But not in this case. Kind of tuck the chin and really let the back of your neck relax. Great. And then come up. My forehead's not going to reach, but as I come up, I'm going to come hands and knees, toes up, press into dog. It may reach top of my head. Oh my goodness, top of my head did reach, so it is possible, but don't hurt yourself to do it. If it doesn't happen, it just doesn't happen. Bring the knees up, push with your hands, push those legs back. You can give a little bit of tuck of your chin. Now, if your head, top of your head seems really far away, what I would like for you to do is move your legs back. Just wiggle them back. Keep the, there you go, Tiff. Wiggle the legs back. Now, Megan, bring your legs and feet forward. And Joan and Avery, you're perfect. Good. Push the weight back. Stretch the quadriceps. Can you lift them up? Lift them up. Lift the kneecaps up. Now move the shin bones back. That may be hard. That's it. Lift your navel towards your chin. Good. And move your outer hips opposite. Everyone, just for a second, bend your knees. Bend your knees. Bend them a little more up. Megan, and press, press. And now as you press your legs back with your knees bent, keep your hands there. Straighten the knees by really drawing your calves down, your kneecaps up. Perfect. Perfect. And rest. Come down and rest. Not rest in dog pose, but so you can move your blankets to the side and you can take another Adho Mukha. And then go ahead, guys, and come up. So let me show you how we're going to do the dog pose. Kind of what we just did without any props. When the knees bend, press the tops of your legs back. Bend the knees well. This will give you more space. Do you see? What you're trying to keep here is the length. So you don't want to move your arms or hands back. But when you straighten your legs, lift your arches. Lift your arches. And then descend your heels. Now, I feel a lot of stretch along the side rib cage. That means if you're not feeling that stretch there, move your legs back. Move your legs back. Bend your knees as you come up. Rotate your inner knees behind you. And then straighten your knees slowly, keeping your inner thighs rotated back. Start by trying to bring your calf muscles down. Keep your legs where they are. That's great. That's great. Great, great, great. And then come down on your exhalation. Perfect. Grab your 2 blocks. And let's bring our right foot in front and our left leg back. And what we're going to do is just come into a lunge. And Joan, you just do the best you can. It seems like we always do this when you're here. And then watch, I'm just gonna kind of rock in as I rotate forward. I move the shin bone kind of over the ankle bone, and then I'll draw the hip, the outer right hip back. I wanna press through this back leg. Earlier I was giving a story about letting that back leg drop down. I wanna press the inner thigh up to the ceiling, see if I can come here and out and up. And then we'll come back down. We'll do that whole left knee coming down, flattening onto the foot. We'll move the block over and turn the right toes all the way out. Draw the right hip back, turn over on the left foot. I'll give instructions, okay, as we're going. So start in a lunge with your right foot forward. Back leg is lifted, and remember your inner back thigh goes up towards the ceiling. It's an energetic lift. Bend your knee well and then draw your right shin bone back. Kind of energetically tuck your feet together. So you pull your feet towards your midline. Can you touch the heels of your feet together? Lift your back leg. Your back leg lifts all the way up, all the way up. The back femur bone goes to the back of your leg. Hug your feet. Lift your chest, bring your hands to your right thigh bone. Sink the knee 90 degrees. The front knee is 90 and use the back leg. Use the back leg. Take the arms out, palms up, reach out. Inhale, take the arms up. Pretend you still have the block between the shoulder blades here. Lift. Sink the front knee, kind of reach back. And exhale, bring your hands down. Stay in your lunge. Your hands come to your block. Very slowly, taking your inner, growing down first. Take your left inner thigh and move it down towards your mat slowly through heaviness. Through heaviness. Press your left heel, get back, guys. You've got to use your feet. And then bring that inner left thigh down to your mat, bringing your left knee down last. Then press through the top of your left foot. Can you bend your right knee a little bit further? Don't move your foot. Don't move your right foot. Just bend your knee a little bit deeper. Now lift your left thigh bone or to the back of your left leg. Move your left hip point up. The block at your right hand, move over to your left. Turn your right toes to the right. Kind of wiggle your right foot to the right. Right toes to the right. Now really reach into your right foot, step down as if you're gonna step up. So another good thing you should do, step up. So press through your right foot, and just for good old fun, let's see if we can press through the right foot and lift the left knee. You've got to use the left foot as well. And then bring that down. Put your right hand on your hip, keep your right foot where it is, turn over onto your outer left foot. Flex. Flex your left foot. Draw the outer foot down. Press through your right foot. Take your right arm up. Exhale and lift your outer left hip up as high as you can, and then come down. Lift up again as high as you can, come down. Bring your right hand to your block. Turn onto your left toes. Rotate your right foot forward, right toes forward again. Hold into your lunge for a moment. And then exhale, release. Good. Now, if I can remember what we did. Okay, so start in a lunge with your left leg forward and your right leg back. Yeah, and you kind of rock, you can rock here freely. That could be another fun, important saying. You can rock here freely. I'm just full. Y'all write, somebody write these down so we can use them later. But you see, I'm moving forward and then really pressing back into that heel. And remember, think of the inner seam of your pants on your right leg going up to the ceiling, and energetically pull your feet towards one another. You can bring your hands to the left leg bone. Take it close to the top of the left leg bone. Good. Now energetically pull your feet together. Lift your right thigh bone towards the ceiling. Bend your knee. Take your arms out, palms up. Go ahead and pretend you've got that block there between the shoulder blades. Stretch the arms up. So that same action of spreading your arm bones, thoracic spine concaving. Take the arms up higher and reach back. Good. Open up the chest and exhale slowly. Bring the hands down to the block. Stay in the lunge. Press through the back foot. Now begin to bring the inner right thigh down. So you're leading with the right inner thigh. That's where you're leading. You're leaning with the inner thigh, and then the foot will come down flat. Yeah. And bend your front knee more. See what happens if you let that knee bend. You don't have to move your foot. There you go. But let your front knee bend good and stretch the front of the right leg. Press the foot. Now, can you press the top of the right foot and lift the right leg up, the right knee up? There you go. And kind of open up the front of that hip point and then let it come down. Bring your left hand to your left hip. No, bring your block in your left hand over to your right. And put your hand on your hip and go ahead and let's turn the left toes out to the left. So your back knee is grounded. Sorry, guys, your back knee is grounded. You turn your left toes to your left. Your right knee is grounded. Left toes go to the left. Shift over into that foot. Now let's lift the right knee. I did it wrong a moment ago. Lift the right kneecap up and then bring it down. Now press with your right hand and turn over onto your outer right foot. You do feel that entire right side. As you rotate over, you feel the entire right side of your body. Push the foot down, take the top arm up, lift the bottom hip away from the mat as far as you can. Exhale, come down. Lift the bottom hip up once more, stretch through the top arm. And exhale, come down. Good. And then you can turn back over onto the toes, foot forward. And then I think we release from here. Yeah. Very, very, very good. Go ahead, guys, and come standing. And we did do this recently, but let's take our right hand to the wall. The right palm, and extend out from the top of the right shoulder to the inner right wrist. And I want you guys to see if you can push the wall down. You need some water, you? Sure. Water? You want water? Either one of you. So spread your right fingers, push from the inner wrist to the wall. Open up your chest. Bring your left arm down next to your left side body. Good. Let's see. Tiff, bring your hand down just like good. Spread, spread, spread the fingers. Can you guys lift your fingertips away from the wall? Maybe turn the inner eye of the elbow up. Bring the fingertips back against the wall. Turn the fingers to face behind you. Open the chest. Stand tall, so move your chest forward, especially the right side. Turn the fingers to face the mat. And then really move the heel of your hand into the wall. Stretch the left side of your breastbone to the left. Keep moving the left side of your body, moving it to the left. You don't have to turn, but you're extending out. Good. And then turn the fingers to face the ceiling once more. If you hyperextend, guys, you can bend that elbow slightly, or you can even come onto your fingertips. But now your fingers are facing the ceiling again. Take your left hand across to the right hand and pull the right thumb down. So it's kind of extended out in front. Press the wall. Turn your feet center of the room. Keep pushing the wall. Left hand to your outer right hip, turn your hip forward. Bend your knees as deeply as you can, press the wall. Straighten the knees, turn the feet back where we started and release. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, switch sides. So left hand, and again, what the hyperextension would look like, the elbow joint is kind of dropping towards the floor, and that's not what you want. So when you're here, and I can't, you can't, usually you can't hyperextend if you can't hyperextend. Somebody write that down. So for me, my elbow joint does not hyperextend. But for someone who does, that the elbow here would kind of drop down towards the floor. So it wouldn't look even. So for those of you who don't know if you hyperextend or not, check that out. So put the left hand against the wall. And you want to really move away from the wall so you have some length in that arm. You can think of extending from your armpit to the wall. I just want to make sure you guys aren't hyperextending. So give me a teeny weeny bend of that. That's perfect. And that should make the joint feel safer. And same for you. So turn the inner eye up. That's it. And give a teeny bend. There you go. And scoot your hips that way a little bit. No, your feet. And now push towards me. And smile, Avery, smile. And then turn your fingers to face behind you. And then the pec minor is here in that little groove, kind of that little groove that's between the shoulders. See if you can press that forward, like you're pushing your chest up or out. Yeah, good. Good, good, good. Really take the right arm, and you can even turn from the right side of your breastbone, moving it out to the right, but almost turning to the right. And then take the fingers to face the mat. This part, you go up from the heel of the wrist, or from the front of your wrist up towards the ceiling. Yeah, now here's a place where if you can hyperextend, it's easy to do. So keep the elbow slightly bent. There you go. There you go. Good. Drop the top of the shoulders down towards your mat. Turn your fingers to face the ceiling once more. And then turn your feet center, just as far as you can. Push the wall down. And then you try to pull that left side forward. So right hand, left hip. Turn the hip, and notice how far that goes. You're turning the hip. You're not just feeling it at the hip. You're feeling the entire side body. And then bend the knees. Bend the knees just as much as you can. Push the wall over. Top of the left shoulder straight down. Good, good. And then straighten the knees and turn the hips back where we started. And then you can release the wall and shake it out. Ah, more noteworthy sayings. You can shake that out. So, unfortunately, we're yeah, there you go. Shake it out. So we're gonna do that one more time, but not that. Before y'all are like, what? But watch. I want you to watch what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna show you from the back side just because I want to do it on the right side. So I've got the hand on the wall with the fingers up, inner eye of the elbow up. First thing is I'll take the left ear, and I don't want to lean. I want to bring it right over the shoulder, just like that, stretching the side of the neck, the scalenes. And then I want to bring the hand towards the back of the head, and I want to bring the chin down at an angle towards my armpit to stretch this. Levator scapula and posterior scalene, so there is a drawing down and an opening here. And then I'll center the head and release the wall. So I forgot to do this earlier, so that's why we're going back. So right hand, and plus my right side is like, you forgot to stretch it. So put your right hand on the wall, spread your fingers. You can even use your left hand to really pull that thumb down, push with the knuckles. And then take your left arm out, left palm to the ceiling. Take the left arm over the head, bend at the left elbow, and take your left fingertips right above your right ear. Now pull your head straight over towards your shoulder. Keep creating space. So be careful not to let the top of that left shoulder lift up. Be careful not to let the top of the shoulder lift up. Keep the shoulders down. Push the wall deeper. Push the wall over. Now bring your hand to the back of your head and pull your chin down towards the armpit. It is at a little bit of an angle. You should feel the muscles at the back of your neck. And those muscles roll all the way down into that inner shoulder blade. So those muscles run from the back of the neck, the cervical spine, down and connect into the inner shoulder blade. And then exhale, release. It does feel good. See, that feels good. We can do that all day. Okay. We won't, but we could. Now, left hand to the wall, and here is the pec minor. You want to press this area open. Think of bringing that shoulder blade into your body and tucking your outer left rib cage in. Right arm out, palm up, bend. Take it right above the ear, fingertips. So be very gentle. Anytime you're stretching at the neck, you want to do this with, what would it be? Awareness, caution, you see. So really keep the top of the shoulders down, especially the right one. Yeah, there's a tendency, and that's just from, I think we do this, which stresses, we hold the breath and pull the shoulders up around the ears. See if you can keep them tucked down. And then bring the hand back of the head and bring the chin down at an angle into the armpit. And see if you can follow that muscle coming from the back of the neck down into that inner part of the shoulder blade, the medial part of the shoulder blade. Good. Draw down. See if you can really, and then press your shoulder blades or draw them down, top of your shoulder down. And then slowly release. Ah, very, 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 very good. And then you can shake that out. We're going to stay at our wall, and we're going to face the wall, and I'm going to take the hands to the wall, fingers faced out. And I want to bring the hands, so I don't want them here. I want them lower than the shoulders. And then I want to lift the tips of my elbows up and squeeze my shoulder blades towards one another. And then I want to push in and back. In and back. So you don't want to do this, but you want to really push the wall over and To me, this is challenging. I can barely do this, bringing the tips of my tips of my elbows up. And I want to squeeze the lower part of the shoulder blades together, kind of tuck the outer ribs in. Okay, y'all try it. So the hands are below the shoulders, not above or not even to, but below. And then you push into the wall. Yeah, that's it. Avery, turn your fingers out. Push the wall, take your hands wide, and see if you can lift the tips of your elbows up and squeeze the shoulder blades at the bottom together. Can y'all feel that? Push into the wall. Now you can keep this and do your little push-ups. There are small push-ups where you push in, push back. Each time, guys, spread those chest muscles, tuck the shoulder blades in, extend the sides of your neck up so you're not crumping your shoulders down, but extend up through the neck. Good, good. Bring them down a little bit further, Avery, your hands, a little bit more. Good, good, good. That's it. And then squeeze here. There you go. So that's perfect of you. And it's gonna squeeze here. Pull your belly button in. Good. Now go with your push-up. Good. Squeeze at those shoulder blades. That's great. So it's the shoulder blades, guys. Use the shoulder blades. Spread your chest muscles. That pec minor is a huge muscle. Spread the pec minor. Move the muscles away from the breastbone as you push in and out. Keep the abdominal wall moving back. Belly button moving back. Great. Couple more rounds. Keep pulling the elbows up. If you need to rest, rest. But then again, focus on spreading the chest muscles and drawing the tips of your shoulder blades down but towards each other. And then release. Good, 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 good. Very, very good. And I don't have a strap, but we'll just do this one for fun. So you guys grab your strap. I'll get mine. Okay. And go ahead, and this is nothing hard or anything. It's just good old fashioned fun. And so what I'm gonna do, I hope somebody has their notepad today because I am on a roll. Okay, so I'm gonna undo my strap and I put it under my shoulder blades, or really under my arms, not my shoulder, but under my armpits. And then I throw one side over each shoulder like that. And then I take my hands behind me and I cross the strap. And then I stand with my legs and feet together and I draw down on the strap. Oh, and I really open up the chest. You can kind of pull forward too. Oh, feels so good. It makes you want to just wear this strap. And y'all remember when we did this, when Barbara first did this, she started wearing her strap everywhere, grocery store, any and everywhere. So it goes down, Laura, I don't know if you can, but once you get it, one more time, guys, take it underneath your armpits and make the front end of it even. Go under your armpits. And then one over each shoulder, the strap. Let it hang there for a moment. And then go behind you and cross the strap, cross. And then you draw down first, and then you can even come forward. But you don't want to do this. You want to keep your sacrum and your tailbone down, and you're trying to really open the chest. That's it, Diana. There you go, guys. Now, doesn't that feel good? See? Y'all thought it was another one of my tricks. Okay, release that. Let it unhook. So don't take it off, but uncross it. And then go down again. So now you're just here, the front of my arm bone, the part that rolls in, you're just pulling that back. Can you feel? And that's where it should go. Good. And then you guys can release. You guys can release. Go ahead and let's bring our blankets in front of us. I'll do two. Meow, 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 meow. I know that's a thing. So we'll just go like we normally do. I'll show you opposite so you could see. But I'll cross the right leg over in front. I'm mirroring you guys. I'll cross the right leg over in front, and then I'll adjust the flesh and draw the outer right hip back. And then I'll bring my left leg in that same 90-degree angle. And I do want to kind of move this left knee out, and I want to use that inner foot to push into the floor. And then the hard part is to get that left side back rib to come forward here. And you can do L shape with the hand to kind of roll the front of the left hip down. Make sure your left leg, the one that's behind you, is at that 90-degree angle. It's at a 90-degree angle. And see if you can even that shin bone out with the top of the mat. So you can hold your foot, your right foot down like this. And you can lift that right buttock up and draw it back. Don't let your right foot move. Left leg takes down, come forward. Lean to your left, take your inner left knee more to your left. Begin to take your left leg behind you, come to your left toes, lift your left knee, watch my right hip. It has to go up off of the floor and back towards the back foot, and then I'll come down. Keep moving your weight over to your left, not to your right. Your right sit bone is lifted. What comes down will be the kind of that outer right, upper right hamstring. Your work is to keep moving your weight over to your left, over to your left. And remember, your right hip has no weight. There's no weight on your right sit bone. Good. Keep working the back rib cage. There you go. Keep your front leg at a 90-degree angle. Hold your foot if you can. You can kind of lift your torso. Hold your foot with your left hand, your right foot. And let's go ahead and lift the left knee up and just press the left leg and heel back. And then release. Okay, try to keep it at a 90-degree angle. And we're trying to trick ourselves into the pose. Is it working? Okay. I didn't think it would, but maybe it does sometimes. So here, and then listen, guys, maybe you're saying, well, I just can't do that, or I can't come that far. If it's bothering your knee, you can keep that leg out in front. If your knee is okay, go ahead and bring your right leg into that 90-degree angle. And right away, you feel that. It's almost like the body doesn't want to do that, right? It's not it's not a normal rotation that we would do just in normal everyday life. Would we, Lisa? On that? No. On the back leg, keep the back knee bent. Press the foot and lift the inner knee up and extend it out to the right. That's it. So you're stretching, think of you're stretching your inner thighs, your inner thigh. And then you can L shape right hand and really rotate down and towards the mat. And then come forward with your torso. There you go. And that whole back right side should be rotating down. Come down and then go ahead and lift your hip up. Take your back leg behind you on your back toes. Good. Come onto the back knee. Good. Good. Now you want to move your weight to the left. That's it. Move the weight. Once you get your back leg behind you with your back knee straight, your sitting bone is lifted up, and then push with your hands to move your weight to the left. Wait, which leg is behind you? The left, right?
I'm wrong.
Okay. So the right goes down. Good. You can bring the torso all the way forward. Focus on the back side, that right back side. You can lift your torso some and lift your back leg. Come to your back toes, lift your back kneecap, and press that back leg back. Use the heel. And then come down once more. Great. Great. Don't lean over onto your hip, guys, and then exhale, come up or release. Very, very good. And then just come seated on your mat. So let's keep these blankets. We'll keep these blankets and we'll bring them behind us. And y'all sit center of the mat. We'll do Upavista. So sit center of your mat on your blankets. Take your legs out and you'll be center heel. And then you'll roll your inner groin down. You'll take your hands to your blanket that's behind you. And you'll lift up and you'll kind of slide down until you come to the floor. Keep your toes straight up to the ceiling. You'll keep your toes straight up to the ceiling. And then what we'll do is we'll just kind of slide over, keeping that right side rib long, and grab the right toe, kind of pull against it. And then we'll come back center, and then we'll go over to the right. To the left, and we'll grab. I want to keep that weight here. So I want to keep stretching, bringing that side right rib watch down. And then I'll come back to the center, okay? So start on your two blankets, everyone, and take your legs as far out as you can, and then center your heels. There you go. Now, just for fun, and this, don't hurt yourselves doing this, but let your toes rotate back behind you, and that feels good, right? Comfortable. I think that's where most of us are, is that this is comfortable. It does kind of tuck your bottom in, which is not what we want. We want space. So go ahead and now try to roll your feet in. And this becomes difficult, but what you do feel is you feel those inner legs rotating down. Roll in as far as you can, trying to get this part of your feet to your mat. So you're trying to get your inner feet to your mat. Keep rolling. Do you feel that's moving the upper legs and the flesh and the muscles down? Now keep this. You can even bring your hands here in an L shape. And then keep that rotation down and center the toes. Lift the side ribs. This is for fun. Take the arms up. Keep your side ribs lifted and bring your arms down. Slide your right hand down your right leg. Don't round your spine. Keep pressing through your left foot. Grab your right big toe with the first two fingers of your right hand. Left hand, bring it down to the top of your left leg. Now, lift your side right rib cage out towards your right armpit. And then exhale, release. Stay centered, check your toes. Slide your left hand down. And you've got to use some resistance on that right side. You can hold that right leg down and then grab the toe. And then you don't want to lean at all, but you want to stretch and straighten the left elbow, pull on the toe like you're opening the kitchen cabinet. Draw the toe back. And then extend your side rib, press down top of your right leg. Come back to the center. see if you can reach out. And you may not be able to do this, and if you can slide down, but see if you can reach out and grab your big toe. And to come forward, I want us to roll the very tops of our arms straight down. Okay, so see if you can grab, keep your feet straight, keep your toes up. Now, bend your elbows and roll this, the very top of your shoulders, which I tell you not to do. Roll your arm bones strongly down towards your mat and go with that. Roll the arm bones down. Roll the arm bones down. The elbows can bend as the top of your arms roll down and touch the floor. Top of your arms come down, touch the mat. And then inhale up and release. Stay in front of your blankets. I think, listen, there's a lot of resistance in this. And I'm sure it's muscular, but it's a mental thing too, the resistance here. And this reminds me, think about this being this. And what do I say? Where do we go here? Want elbows and watch where they go. They roll down. You see? So it is the exact same thing. So maybe if you have your legs together and they're resting, you can keep them that way. But let me show. So again, we went through a big thing of rolling the inner legs down. And then I'm going to lead with the upper arm. So I widen and I literally lead. I roll here. I roll here down. Okay, so let's try that one more time. But the front of your arm should be touching the mat. Your arms, front of your arms, that's what you're leading with. Wind the elbows up to the ceiling, Lisa, and roll so they go out, but there begins that roll here. Okay, yeah, now roll down. Yes, great. Great. That's it, Diana. Roll the tops of your shoulders down. Arm bones come down. Good. And then release. You see, do we all get a little further there? Let's keep this. And just for fun, we're going to bring the knees in, bend the knees and grab the toes. Big toes, first two fingers. Find your balance on your bottom, and you can open the leg, straighten the knee one at a time, and we'll press in. So instead of this, we'll bring the shoulders down and press in. We'll keep this, keep moving the spine in, and we'll see if we can pull the legs together and go up with the gaze. And then we'll take the legs back out again. This is the balance. Open the chest, open the chest. Let's bend the elbows out. Now bring the elbows, straighten the elbows, bring the legs in. Take your gaze to the ceiling, shoulders away from your ears. Good. And then we're going to exhale to release. Don't let your legs fly down, but when you exhale, see if you can bring the legs down. Perfect. Perfecto. All right, that's enough of our funness for one day. So I'm going to take a blanket and I'm going to do just a flat blanket for the head and shoulders. And for fun, I will tie the legs, setu bandha, one block, one strap, one blanket, and I'll come down head and shoulders on the blanket, and I'll make a loop with my strap. And then I'm going to take a nap. I'll see y'all at 1. Oh, wait, I'll wait. The ladies here are like, well, wait, we'll take a nap too. That sounds like the funnest thing we've done all day. So, this was so good. So you could be here and I've got my legs tied just for fun. And then I'll lift up. And really, it's not for fun. It's so that I don't have to control the legs. The strap keeps them tucked in and I can keep that internal rotation to open up the lower back here. And if you can, you could straighten the knees and the inner knees come down. Oh. You can also keep your knees bent. I mean, and I like interlacing around the block, interlacing the fingers. That does kind of shorten the back body some. But you could do that just to get that space at the chest and then release. Your inner legs really kind of press out towards that strap if you're using a strap. Like your inner legs go towards your strap and your outer legs tuck away from your strap. And then remember the block against the wall between the shoulder blades. Can we do that? So now you've changed position. So the backs of your upper arms now go to the floor just as they did to the wall when we sat with our backs against the wall. So now the floor is like the wall was when we sat with our backs against the wall. See if you can get your shoulder blades to tuck into your body and see if you can recreate that concaving of your thoracic spine. So see if you can recreate that without the block. Make the block invisible. Remember, the knees can straighten or the knees can stay bent. Good, 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 good. Just keep the chest open. Now, that strap, you can use it. If you've got it, use it, meaning you can press the inner knees out to the strap. Good, 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 good. And go ahead and put your feet on the mat if they're not there. So if you had your knees straight, bend your knees, push with your feet, lift your bottom, remove your block, tuck yourselves down, come down one vertebra at a time. Come down one vertebra at a time. You can keep your straps on, and those of you wanting to go for Urdhva Dhanurasana, you can. You can keep your straps on for Urdhva Dhanurasana. If you get up, just don't fall over. But if you have to get up and move, maybe putting your hands to your blocks, you can. Put your head right between your blocks, top of your head on the wall. And again, straps are good for this. So if you have one on your thighs, you could keep it. Or you could stay on your mat, keep your strap on, put your hands over your head and press yourselves up into Urdhva Dhanurasana. Oh my gosh. Well, really, I think what I did was I think each birthday, things just happen with no reasoning behind them. But anyway, I think I may have pulled like a little muscle here doing back bend the other day. Because I hadn't done it in really years, really. There you go. I would keep tucking your elbows towards each other. Now, if you don't want to do that at all, just put your hands on your mat, kind of over your shoulders, And just to get that feeling of tucking the arms in. There you go. There you go, Tiffany. That's great, 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 great. Okay, once you've done that back bend, guys, you can move your blocks to your side and we'll take a spinal twist. So, and I'm gonna pretend that I've still got my strap. If you have your strap, great. If you don't, no worries. But I'm gonna tighten the strap around the legs, take the arms out, take my knees over, oh my goodness, to the left. And then I'm gonna twist to the right, but I've gotta lift that left shoulder blade up, take it out to my left and twist. Yeah. So if you have the legs tight, that's great. If you don't, no worries. But bring the knees up and then towards the chest or towards the arm. So the knees, take them out over to your left and then lift your left shoulder blade up and move it to the left. There you go. And then bring the knees up and take them over opposite. So knees to the right, twist to the left. That's it. Good. They feel different when they move together, right? To me, the legs, the hips feel different when the legs move together, right? Well, and it creates this sensation where you kind of realize maybe you use one hip at a time instead of compacting and using them as one. So let's bring our knees back. Bring them back, bring your feet down. And if guys have a strap around your legs and tighten your strap. And then take your arms out and bring your legs up like this. And then you're going to let your knees go over to the left and you'll let them hover. And then you'll see if you can bring them back to the center. And then you'll let them go over to your right, drawing down on your left side. You'll let your knees hover. Pull them towards that elbow. Let them hover. And then bring them back to the center. And then again, they go over to the side and then they'll kind of move towards the elbow. Here. Okay, so Jathara in a little bit of a fun way. So the arms can go out. Draw your inner knees together as you're moving them. There you go. Twist the belly button opposite of the knees. That's great, Tiffany. Keep the backs of your arms glued to your mat. They don't come all the way to the floor. They just hover for a moment. And then you engage the core, pull them back center and take them over, let them hover. See if you can pull the kneecaps towards the inner elbow. See if you can tuck the knees in towards the inner elbow. Wonderful. Do this 3 more times on each side and then bring your feet back center. And put your feet on the mat. Once you've done that 3 times each, 3 more times each on each side. Good. So you're anchoring through your abdominals, you're anchoring through the bones and the upper arms, keeping you grounded. And then once you get your feet back to the center, let's go ahead and take the legs from bent knees to straight knees. And remember, you've got your straps here. And then bring the arms over the head. I just happen to have the wall. You may not have the wall, but pull the belly button down. Take the arms over your head. Press up through your feet. Now, press out into your strap with your inner legs. Let your heels move away from each other. And then bend the knees. See if you can bring the feet to the mat same time. And you can release the arms, release your strap, take your inversion, whatever that may be for you. Headstand, legs up the wall, handstand, wall L, or full Adho Mukha Virasana, which is our handstand pose. You can do half of that. You could do a wall L, or you could use a blanket and go legs up the wall. Headstand, handstand, even halasana, use a couple of blankets. And just halasana has never really been my favorite, but you can also do a half of halasana. And so for that, I would use my 2 blankets like I'm going to do Shirsasana, Salambasa or Vangasana. And when I come over onto the blankets, and I'm pretty far away, but my hope would be that my feet would go over and touch the wall. Do you see? And then I can kind of use the wall to get into a little bit of a better pose, okay? Or not. Your feet can come to a chair. Your feet can go to the wall, or your feet can actually go all the way to the mat. But head is on the mat, shoulders on the blankets. Good. I always use a block. I use a block under my bottom or a bolster, and that's just kind of for fun. Right? Yeah, that just gives the bottom a little bit of lift. I put a blanket there. You want a chair, Avery? No? Oh, you go, Avery. Good, 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 good. Very good. Now, Megan, put your toes on the chair. Yours can go all the way over to the floor. Avery, if you can stand that. Like if that doesn't hurt, push my hands. There you go. Interlace your fingers underneath and pull your knuckles towards the wall. There you go. Push down with your toes. That's perfect. You see the difference? You're good, you. Everybody gets called you at least 20 times. At least. Very good, guys. Come down or out of your inversion when you're ready. Come down slowly. Now, those of you that were in a halasana or in a shoulder stand, you can slide back until your hips rest on your blanket stack, or you could even pull your blanket stack towards your bottom, but you'll be kind of rested up high. What this does, notice, is that it brings the hips up and it lets the tops of the shoulders drop. Everyone else, if you were in legs up the wall, you can push away, bend the knees, push away from the wall, and just roll over to your right. And we normally do Supta Padangustasana, yeah, but let's go ahead and let's come down onto our blankets. I don't know, maybe we could do this, but you've got a blanket or 2 here under your back, under your bottom, kind of up to the lower rib cage as well. And then I'm just going to start with bringing the feet, soles of the feet together. So my bottom is against the blanket. My hips are higher than my shoulders here. So you should get this sensation of your shoulders being lower than your hips. Soles of your feet are together. And if you need, you can add blocks to the outer hips, but see if you can get that sensation of spreading between the hip points. Good. Have a strap nearby. I didn't say that, but soles of the feet together. The outer feet are on your mat. Your bottom and kind of lower back are on your blanket stack, your 2 blanket stack. Bring your feet onto your mat and your knees together. Grab your strap. Take your right leg up. Put your strap around your right foot and then extend your right leg. And then extend your left leg. Grab your strap with your left hand. Take your right leg to the left. Look to the right. Don't roll over onto your left side. Don't roll to your left foot. You can bend the elbow and pull the inner right foot down towards your mat. Look to your right. Bring your right leg back to the center. Take the strap in the right hand. Take the right leg out to the right. You can bend the right elbow. Bring the back of your right arm down. Bring your right leg back up to the center. Pull it into the chest. And then exhale, bend the left knee, left foot on the mat. Bend the right knee, right foot on the mat. Take the left foot up, left leg up, strap around the left foot. Straighten the right knee. Take the strap in your right hand. Take your left leg to the right. Look to the left. You can bend the elbow out wide and it comes down towards the yoga mat. Focus a little bit on your right toes. And then bring this back to the center and then let your left leg grab your strap with your left hand. Take your left leg out to the left. Ground that outer right hip on your blanket. So your outer right hip draws down to touch your blanket. Your outer right side, your right hip draws down. Guys, use your hand if you need to, but bring that outer right hip down. Bring your left leg up, pull it into your chest. And then exhale, you can bend your right knee, right foot on the mat. Release your strap with your left foot. Bring your knees up and into your chest. Keep your sacrum, your hips long, your sacrum on your blanket. Pull the knees in. Open up the chest, so don't roll your bottom up. Release your knees, straighten your legs. If you slide your hands up the backs of your legs. Keep your sacrum on your blanket and pull your legs in. Keep your sacrum on your blanket though, and press your thigh bones back. Open your chest. And then exhale, release. You can bend the knees, put your feet on the mat or on your blankets, roll over to your right, use your hands, come seated. Perfecto. Perfect. And we will prepare ourselves for Shavasana. So you could take Shavasana any way that you want. Maybe you keep one blanket for the back of your head. Maybe you keep your strap for your feet like this. Right? Or change your blankets. You can kind of go anywhere you want to go for Shavasana. You could even fold them again in the taco fold and lie the spine across them like that. That is called Shavasana too. But it does exist, so it could look like this even. And then we get that nice lift in the chest. That feels so good. But any way you want. Did I confuse you guys? Now you're just like, well, what you do if you get confused and you don't know what to try, you could just try something new every time. But the palms of your hands go up towards the ceiling, and your arms do move out away from your side body because your armpits are open. And there's still an external rotation of your upper arms. So go back to hands on the wall, the work we did earlier with hand against the wall, where the upper arm rotates back and down. Relax the abdominals. Relax the breath. Close the eyes. Let the eyeballs begin to move away from your eyelids. The upper and the lower jawbone should relax. And once you begin to relax the parts of the body that we can see, right, or that we can even touch, then go a little bit deeper and see if you can relax the internal organs, those areas that we can't touch or we can't see, but we know exist. So as you relax the breath, see if you can let the heart relax. See if you can allow the brain to relax. When you relax the eyeballs, guys, and keep this in mind, you do relax the brain. The brain relaxes. Begin to move your awareness very slowly back into the room. You can deepen the breath. Small movements when you're ready in the fingers and in the toes. Bend the elbows and bring the hands to the belly or to the heart. You can stretch up and over the head, full body stretch. Bring the abdominal wall down, reach into the feet. Release the arms with an exhalation and just bring the arms back to the side body and rest there for another moment. When you're ready, bend the knees one at a time and trying to drag your heels towards your bottom. You can lift and tuck your sacrum and your tailbone. Reground your sacrum and your tailbone and then bring your knees in one at a time. You can wrap your arms around your knees and move side to side or front to back. Roll to the right and hold there in a fetal position. You can use your right arm or your right hand. And then you can bring yourselves up seated, any seated position that you would like. Hands can come heart center, maybe thumbs to the third eye, or hands just resting at your legs. Let's take a moment in silence to honor the true self. And this chapter is entitled Practical Suggestions number 6, Simplify Your Life. And it says, how many are the gadgets that modern technology has blessed us with? And they do not seem to make us happy. They only add to stress and tension of our lives. It was a wise man who said, it is only the simple things of life that endure. It is the fundamentals of life that matter, not the artificialities. Keep it simple. That is the mantra which can help you reduce stress and tension. Keep it simple. Thank you, guys. Namaste.